In this video, I'm going to teach you how to play the best deck in the meta, Giratina Darkrai. The entire meta is pretty much warped around trying to counter this deck, and despite the memes, it's not actually easy to play correctly. So I'm going to take this deck into my master ranked games and over-explain my every thought process. Make sure to stick around to learn all the tricks I use on this deck. Now onto the gameplay. I'm going second into what looks like the mirror matchup. I'm forced to start Giratina in the front spot, which isn't ideal. Usually you'd want him on the back line and having a Darkrai in the front spot like what he has. But there's also a possibility that he doesn't find his Giratina turn 1, and in which case I'd be at a massive advantage. Okay, so we're hoping that he picks up Darkrai with that. The fact that he Pokeballed first indicates to me that he already has a lot of basic Pokemon in hand, because you would never Pokeball before research if you didn't. So he's coming down with all of the little army that he's got. And he's going first, so he's at a massive advantage right now. I'm going to need a miracle, maybe some skill to win this game. I'm going to draw, I need to pick up Darkrai right now. I don't get Darkrai, so I'm thinking about conceding right now on the spot. But let's see. Let's see. I only win one cape in the deck. Do I place Rocky Helmet on Giratina now? I think I have to place Rocky Helmet. Now I've only got 5 cards in hand, so Mars is not destroying me as hard. Thing is, if I was going first, I'd feel comfortable right now. But his Giratina is literally ramping up before mine. So he has a much better start than what I have right now. It really is going to take a miracle. I'm probably going to concede if I don't see Darkrai right now. Let's see what happens. If this is Darkrai, I'll stay around. Okay, so I do pick up Darkrai. He's on 4 cards, so I could consider using Mars here. Let's see. I could also consider using Pokemon Center Lady on Giratina. Let's see, I'm going to be killing his Pokemon first, most likely. So he could hit me with Mars before I can potentially hit him with Mars. Maybe using Mars to set him back 1 card here is good. Thing is, he clearly doesn't have a second Professor's Research, and I don't want to potentially give him that. So I guess I'll hold the Mars for 1 turn. I'm going to use Pokemon Center Lady to heal the 20 now though. So now I do have a bit of hope in the game. I can just survive for 1 turn from Darkrai and be able to then get the kill on the Darkrai first. I genuinely might have a good chance in this game. Because his Giratina is going to have to hit into a Rocky Helmet. I have red in hand, so my Darkrai is always ready to hit the Giratina. That does make it a bit more annoying. Let's see what happens. So he's back to full. Thing is, he can never go above 140, so I'm always threatening the kill on this Darkrai. There's nothing he can do about that. But I just need to make sure I survive 1 hit here. What if he retreats into... Well, there's not really too much I can do. I'm just going to play my cards out. I'm going to Giant's Cape the Darkrai. I'm going to Potion my Giratina. Now the question is, do I Mars right now? And I think the answer is yes, you know. Because I'm going to be killing his Pokemon first, and if he Marses me at that point, I'm screwed. Yes, I'm only taking 1 card away, but I think it's good. I think it's good to get the Mars out of hand here. Plus I can always draw my second Mars at some point. So I might genuinely be in a winning position here, because he cannot kill Giratina right now. Unless he has red. He could retreat into Giratina and use red. Then he loses all of his energy and the Darkrai just wins the game for me. But if he doesn't kill Giratina right now, my Giratina is always killing the Darkrai. And then his Giratina has to hit into a Rocky Helmet. I think I'm in a really good position here. Let's see what happens. He's used both potions. He has potential for 2 Pokemon Center ladies. He has 2 Giant's Cape still, probably. I mean, I only run 1 Giant's Cape, but I think most people are still running 2. To be fair, this guy's running 2 potions, and I think a lot of people only run 1 potion, so he has to have cut something to get that in there. So either he only has 1 cape, or he only has 1 Pokemon Center lady. Yeah, he's thinking really hard here. I think I do have an advantage from this position. So if he attacks, I'm falling to... What am I falling to? 100? I'm falling to 30. So if I potion at 50, but then he can just ping me with his Darkrai and force me in. Maybe I'm not in a winning position. Wait, he opted not to attack. No. He opted not to attack. That was a misplay, surely. Oh, he had to... Wait. Yeah, he had to get an extra energy on his Giratina, otherwise he wouldn't be able to do the ping with this back Darkrai and attack in the same turn. So he had to end his turn there to get the energy. Now I just beat him, right? Let's see. I'm coming in for the one-shot with Giratina. The only card that really scares me is Mars. If I could... But if he has Cape, he goes to 170. He's going to attack and fall to 140. No, sorry. 130. So I do need to save this red. I'm hoping he doesn't hit me with Mars right now. Or that he doesn't have Giant's Cape. He only has 3 cards in hand. He's going to be having a 4th card. Let's see what he goes for. So he's going to get the revenge kill and fall down 40 HP. I can always do 120 without red. With red I can do 140. Let's see what happens. Does he have the Giant's Cape? Does he have the Mars? So he does have the Mars. Wow, that's pretty annoying. So he did... Oh, wait, now I have Mars. That's funny. So he does still need to have red to be able to one-shot my Darkrai. Oh wait, he's in range. He didn't have Cape, so yeah, he's in range. I win. He didn't have Cape. Now he dies. I'll finish him off. But even though I went second and missed out on Darkrai for 1 turn, I still won this mirror matchup. And he does concede. GG, bro. That was a really good game. I'm going second into a grass matchup. But most likely this is Magnezone Meowscarada deck. But it could still be Meowscarada Beedrill. Or it could be Meowscarada Wigglytuff. Could even be Meowscarada Arceus, but you don't really see that often. Could be Meowscarada Executor. So there's a lot of options, but I do think it is Magnemite. I think I'll be seeing a Magnemite very soon. Yep, there it is. This is actually a really difficult matchup. This is the main matchup where I'm running 2 Mars for, to try and like delay their evolutions. So he's on 5 cards right now. So I am going to Mars here. Oh, but I can't really Mars here because then I don't have Giratina ramping up. Let's see, if I Mars right now, is that better than trying to go for Giratina? This is the key decision of the game. Is if I Mars now and he doesn't find Meowscarada or Magneton, I'm in a really good spot. But I also don't have Giratina. Professor Research doesn't even guarantee that I find him. I think I'm just going to Mars, you know. I think I'm just going to Mars. Makes him lose out on 2 cards. Any turn that I can delay his Florigato and Magneton is a huge win for me. And it's already a hard matchup, so that's what I'm going to go for. Let's see what he has. I'm also putting a lot of pressure onto this Sprigatito right now. Okay, so he doesn't have... It's possible that he does have Florigato, but he just decided he needed to thin his deck of more grass Pokemon. So that is a possibility. But now his Sprigatito is falling to 20 HP. I'm going to hold this in hand because I don't want to get Sabrinaed. I'm also going to hold the Rocky Helmet. I don't really think they run Mars in that deck. Let's see. But he definitely has at least one grass Pokemon now, so he could evolve to Florigato, but then it's just dying. He probably wants to have Sprigatito, and then try and build up the back Sprigatito. But if he doesn't have Magneton right now, I feel really comfortable in this game. Wait, so he's retreating and going to evolve. He's praying I don't have Cyrus, but I have the Cyrus ready to come in and stop that. If he puts a Grass Energy on the Florigato, then I'm definitely going to Cyrus that in. If he doesn't, I will wait for a turn. Okay, so the Cyrus is really going to screw him here. Looks like he also doesn't have Magneton, so... Yeah, he doesn't even have Magneton. For me, Marsing turn 1 was huge. I finally have these guys, but... It doesn't really make sense to play them. I'm not building an energy on Giratina, and I don't want to be weak to Sabrina next turn. I'm literally just going to hold everything in hand and attack. Do I need to Rocky Helmet? Not really, no. They don't run Mars in this deck, so I don't really need to worry about that. If I can pick up a win in this really tough matchup, that's always a plus side. I feel like I got rewarded by running 2 Mars in the deck here. Yeah, the Mars really set him back massively, and I win the game even without Giratina. So GG. 97% of my viewers are currently not subscribed, so if you enjoyed this video, please drop a subscribe, I would massively appreciate it. Now onto the gameplay. I'm going first into a Psychic matchup. This is pretty much, has to be Mewtwo Giratina. There's not really other Psychic decks around right now. Sadly, I am stuck with double Mars in hand. That really bothers me, but I need to find Giratina right now. Have any hope in this game, and I don't find it. What is going on? I guess I'll stick around for a bit longer. Maybe he has a really bad hand as well. But yeah, not finding Giratina is a disaster. And he hits me with the Mars. That's fine. Okay. So I do have the Pokeball now, and he doesn't have Giratina. The only downside was he hit me with a really big Mars, which sets me back a lot. Where's the Giratina? Hello? Let's see, how do I play this? If I go to 1 energy, he's going to go to 2 and do 50. I go to 2, he does another 50. Then I finish him off, maybe? I have Leap, so maybe I just build up the back Darkrai, to be honest. Then I can't do red on the key turn where I'm trying to finish him off. I guess I just place Rocky Helmet so that if he... Maybe it dissuades him from doing any attacks. He didn't have Giratina last turn, so he would need to pick up a Pokeball or research to have good odds of finding it. I mean, based on my bad start, I'm hoping he doesn't pick it up, but yeah, it's looking rough for me. But if he finds Giratina right now, he would be able to build up energy and then Dawn and do 150 next turn. Let's see if he has that. Let's see if he even wants to push the 50. So he does pick up the Giratina. Dude. Kind of unlucky for me. Kind of unlucky. The next turn he can one-shot my Mewtwo, my Darkrai with the Dawn. Nothing really for me to decide here. I mean, I could Sabrina, but I think I need to focus all my damage onto this Mewtwo. If he's Dawning, that means he isn't doing stuff like Nurse Joy. Let's see, if he attacks, he falls to 90. As it stands, I'm doing 120 to him. So he would need Cape plus Potion would get him above the range, or double Potion gets him above the range. I don't really think there's much I can hope for though. I need to kill the Mewtwo so I can never Sabrina here. Mewtwo is currently the key threat. Maybe he doesn't have Dawn, or maybe he decides to not Dawn. Or if he has Cape, then it gets really sad for me. He doesn't, so he's not attacking now. It gives me an extra turn. What if I just attack right now with Darkrai? Then he gets one shot. He's one-shotting whatever. What if he... Thing is, he can be patient because he knows his Giratina is 2 turns ahead of me. And he runs Psychic Energy, so his Giratina is miles ahead of my Giratina. I'm just thinking, how can I possibly win? If I attack... I'm only doing 120, so I can't attack this turn. I don't know. I think I just have to wait a turn, I guess. See what happens. But if he attacks right now, he falls to 90. If he has Nurse Joy, he goes to 120, which I can do. Through Sabrina-ing. Well, I have to give him the Giratina, right? There's no two ways about it. Now he isn't taking 20 damage when he attacks. But if he has a Potion or Cape, he's just out of my range. Let's see if he has Potion or Cape. He doesn't have Potion or Cape, so I'm killing that guy. Wonder if he made a mistake here. Now I can kill Mewtwo. I am going to place my energy on this Darkrai, on the back Darkrai, obviously. This Mewtwo is dead. He can't attack with Giratina for 1 turn, but I can never one-shot him. And then if he has red, he just beats me. But if I get Cape, I can survive for 1 turn. So I have to basically find Cape here. Basically only Cape is my out, and I only run 1. Let's see what happens. Maybe he doesn't have red. Maybe I find Mars. I've run 2 Mars. Mars would be huge actually now that I think about it. Mars would completely destroy him. Please reward me for putting in 2 Mars into my deck. So I have 3 outs out of 9. So I have 2 Mars, 1 Cape. If I find Professor Research, that is also a chance to find Cape. Let's see what happens. Red. That doesn't do it. Maybe he doesn't have healing and I can... How much damage does this even do? I think it does 140, right? I'm putting him to 10. I'm basically coping really hard right now that he either doesn't have red... Wait, he's conceding? He concedes. His Darkrai wasn't dead. What does that mean? Let me know in the comments below what that means, because I feel like he could have still waited to see his top deck. What if he got red if he didn't have it? He wasn't dead there. I really don't know why he conceded. GG though. I'm going second into what looks like the mirror matchup. I definitely think whoever goes first has an advantage in the matchup because their Giratina ramps up quicker. He is forced to put his Giratina in the front spot though, which I think swings the advantage back in my favour. Because now I'm always applying 20 damage per turn. Unless of course he has a second Giratina on the back line that he can build up. I also need to find my Giratina, otherwise it's completely lost. I'm hoping to pick up that Giratina soon. He does have Darkrai. So what could his hand be? I really need to see... I need to see Giratina right now. I don't pick it up, so that's really unlucky. If I get hit by Mars, I'm screwed. Do I ever put Rocky Helmet down? Thing is... Yeah, I'm going to place Rocky Helmet down, because if I get hit by Mars, I'm screwed. I only run 1 Giant's Cape anyway, and most likely that's going to go on Giratina, I guess. I don't know. I need a miracle to win this game, so we'll see what happens. If I find Giratina next turn, I'm 1 turn behind, but maybe I could still come back with a win. Thing is, his Giratina is already 2 energy above what I could potentially put down on Giratina. It's looking really bad right now. In the mirror matchup, you need to have your Giratina on turn 1 to even stand a chance. So he's on 4 cards in hand. I'm not going to use Mars. Okay, research, give me Giratina right now, please. That does not seem to be Giratina. So I'm just going to keep placing my energy on the front Darkrai. Thing is, I imagine he would have used Mars already if he had it. I'm going to potion just to get a card, just to get it out of hand. But I'm not going to play Darkrai on the board because if I get hit by Sabrina, that would be game losing. I basically need to be killing Darkrai next turn to have any chance. He just hit me with Mars. Let's see. So I'm doing currently 120 to him. So if I don't pick up red, it's game over. Him hitting me with Mars was really, really bad. Let's see what happens. Come on. Red. That ain't red. I think I just lose now. What if I attack and put him to 10? No, there's nothing I can do. It's just game over. He's always one-shotting. He's always one-shotting my Darkrai. And I have no other Pokemon built up, so that was completely game over. I'm going second in the mirror matchup. I do have Darkrai start, which is good. But I do need to pick up a Giratina ASAP. If you ever miss having Giratina turn 1, you're at a massive disadvantage. It's practically game losing. You need to pick up Giratina turn 1 if you can. So he had a Pokeball. How does everyone have this insane Pokeball except me? Really sad. So he passes turn 1 without playing Giratina. That's huge if I can pick up Giratina. It basically feels like a free win in that scenario. We both don't have Giratina, so we're both really unlucky. Mars really, really does screw me here. Mars screws either of us. But I'm going to place Rocky Helmet on Darkrai just to get it out of hand. In this deck, I've run 2 Rocky Helmets, 1 Giant's Cape. And the Giant's Cape is pretty much reserved for the Giratina that you're building on the backline. So I'm perfectly happy putting Rocky Helmet on the Darkrai here. So there's his other Darkrai, he's going to build that up. It seems like he hasn't top-decked Giratina. So if I pick up Giratina right now, I still have a good chance in this game. He's on 4 cards, so I don't really want to Mars now. Okay, so 66% to find Giratina here. What is going on this game? We're both so unlucky. This is not how the matchup usually goes. Usually it's Giratina building up on turn 1 every time. I could Sabrina and start chipping away damage at him. Does that do anything? I mean, that's the one he's building up, so that's the one I want to kill, right? Is Sabrina good here? Thing is, if I do 20, he falls to 140. The next turn he's fallen to 120. I have red to one-shot that. No, actually I miscalculated. That's completely wrong. No. But the thing is, he's never one-shotting me either. So if I get an attack off, he's never one-shotting me. I have so much healing. And that would be me putting pressure on the Darkrai that he's building up. What if he... Yeah, I think I am going to Sabrina here. I think it's good. I think it's good because I'll be attacking first. So I can start applying pressure to the Darkrai that he's building up. The only thing that really screws me is red. I mean Mars, sorry. So I'm going to play a Darkrai down. It does make me weak to Sabrina also. Maybe I should have just said screw it and not done it. I'm going to end my turn. I'm going to save the potion. Probably should have played the potion. I'm trying to be a bit greedy and use the 30 healing from Focus Center Lady. He has potion. So what could his hand be? He's not got Giratina. He could still have Mars, but most likely he has maybe Focus Center Lady, Red, stuff like that. I'm fine to get the Giratina, but kind of a bit too slow. I am going to play it just to get it out of my hand. So I'm attacking first, and he can never heal out of range of me killing him next turn. So yeah, you can see how important Giratina really is, otherwise the player who's going second with Darkrai just wins. But it's kind of crazy that both of us never drew Giratina turn 1 or turn 2. And very rarely have I seen something like that happen. But he does have his second Professor's Research. He's getting his Giratina now. It's just too little too late though. For both of us, to be honest. He could retreat into the 120 HP. So he's opting to attack. I wonder if the player... So he is retreating, okay. Something tells me he does have Mars. So I'm going to play the potion. And I'm going to play red to kill his Darkrai. I can even place my energy on this Darkrai, the back Darkrai here. But even Cyrus. Is there any point? No, I can save the Cyrus for later. And just kill him next turn. I'll just get all my cards out of hand. I'm falling to 110, but it doesn't really matter. He's not getting an attack off for 2 turns. Even if he Marses now, he's only really making me lose out on 1 card. And I'm always killing the Giratina in 2 turns, so I'm not really threatened. I wonder how the game would have went if I didn't Sabrina on that turn. Honestly, I might have lost the game if I hadn't done that Sabrina, so I am happy that I did it. Wait, so he can kill me next turn if I have Cyrus, so... But theoretically, if I didn't have Cyrus and I was forced to attack, he would have been able to get the revenge kill. Oh, he's using Sabrina. Just give him Darkrai. I can retreat next turn and finish off his Darkrai. That's GG. I can just retreat into my Darkrai that has enough energy to attack. And GG. I'm going second into a mirror matchup, it looks like. I've got the Darkrai start. Once again though, like, you really need to see Giratina turn 1, otherwise you're at a massive disadvantage in the mirror matchup. And I haven't seen Giratina in my last 3 mirror matchups. I haven't even seen him, so... Hopefully this game is a change of luck for me. So he has Research. Let's see if he has Giratina. So he pretty much guaranteed to have Giratina. 66% have Giratina. Oh wow, it's actually Greninja, Darkrai. What does that mean? Still no Giratina for me. Not really much I can do then. I'll just place my energy in my turn. But when I see Darkrai, Greninja, that makes me think he could be running Druddigons, he could be running Kangaskhan, he could be... I think they run one Giratina in the deck. This guy has double Professor's Research on turn 2, and I have nothing. Let's hope I can pick up Giratina, not, like, right now. Otherwise, pretty much doomed for me. Let's see what happens. Basically need to see Giratina right now. No two ways about it. I do pick a Pokeball. Let's see. Okay, so I finally get Giratina. But is it too little too late now? Surely they can't be running Mars in a deck that runs Greninja and all this weird ass Pokemon. So I'm not going to worry about Mars. So what does that mean for me? If I get hit by Dawn, if he is running a random Dawn, I don't get one shot. I don't need to worry about that. Could potentially Pokemon Center Lady because it's a supporter card. And if I top deck Research next turn, I want to be playing that. I think that's what I'm going to do. But the thing is, it's a Greninja, so I might need all the healing I can get later on. It's also really funny how I run 2 Mars in the deck, but I never seem to find it in scenarios like this, where it actually matters. Let's see. I am going to use Pokemon Center Lady right now because if I top deck Red, I can potentially be one-shotting Darkrai next turn, which I really want to do. I'm just leaving that possibility open. Let's imagine a world where he puts Giant Cape on his Darkrai and goes to 120. He's retreating. So Cyrus gets me the kill right now. Let's see. I mean, I'm one-shotting this guy, and then I just need to kill one of those. If I attack, I fall to 100. But I have tons of healing, so I can even get out of range of Red. So let's see. I'm going to research here. I want to be seeing Cyrus ASAP. Okay. So let's see. Do I just double potion? I think I just double potion and save the cape for later on. I don't necessarily need to. Actually, I do need a cape now. That's fine though. I could always just not attack right now and build up the Giratina. But his Giratina is ahead of mine, so don't really know what to do. Let's see. I have Sabrina or Cyrus that I could draw into eventually. If I build a second energy on Giratina, does that do anything? He's used 1 leaf. They probably run 2 leaf. But maybe I'm safe from him attacking into me for a while. I think I'm just going to attack. This is actually a really pivotal turn. I am going to attack here. Take the 1 prize. And that way if I draw Cyrus, I get to win on the spot. I mean, they fit so many Pokemon in the deck. Surely they can't be running, like, that much healing. He's going to take his 3rd Psychic Energy on Giratina now. I'm basically on a timer. Wait. Why has he done it like this? Maybe he was scared of Cyrus, so he's shuffling my hand. I really don't know why he did it like that. Okay, so he's found Druddigon. So he retreats now. Cyrus does instantly win me the game on the spot. He does have Giant's Cape for... Wait, so he's putting his Giant's Cape on the Druddigon. I'm not really a fan of that. Because now I guess he's just saying, if you have Cyrus, fine, you win the game. Okay. He has 5 cards left in his deck. He can't seem to find a Frogadier at all. Do I need to place these Pokemon down? Guess so. I am actually not going to attack here, by the way. I'm going to build up Giratina. Thing is... Yeah, I think I'm just going to build up Giratina. Let's see. If he has Leaf, is he one-shotting Darkrai here? He is, actually. So I need to Potion on the Darkrai. And then I guess I'll just play it like this. I'll put the energy on the Giratina and ramp him up. The reason I'm holding this Darkrai is because it doesn't really need to be on the board. But if he's running a second... If he's running a second Iono, this could potentially be Cyrus. Cyrus wins me the game on the spot. Now he's threatening my Darkrai next turn. My Darkrai is pretty much dead. What if I retreat him? What if I retreat him? So I need to get my third Psychic Energy on Giratina, so that's happening. But I also need to make it so he's not killing my Darkrai. I could Mars to potentially put back Greninja, because he's going to be doing 20 damage with Greninja next turn. He definitely has it. Maybe I'll just save Mars for when he finally takes down one of my Pokemon. Surely he can't be running 2 Cape, so I need to set myself up into a position where I'm getting the revenge kill whenever he attacks with Giratina. What he's going to do is, he must be running one Cyrus, so what he's going to do is, he's going to put 20 damage with his Greninja onto my Giratina that I've built up. You have to retreat though. Don't really like this. Don't really like this at all. Let's just do this. Let's see. Both of them get one shot, so I'm going to do it like this. Hopefully I have enough time. Fuck, I ran out of time. I'm so slow. I'm like a snail. I'm like a snail. Fuck. I'm like a snail. I really wanted to put an energy on my Giratina there, obviously, and I would have liked to put Rocky Helmet on Darkrai, but I spent way too much time thinking. I currently can't hear game sound, so I didn't realise the time was ticking like that fast. When I record, I can't hear any game sound, so that is kind of unfortunate. He still does have to go through one of my Pokemon though, and if I pick up Cyrus, I can still win. There's the Cyrus. Now I just need to actually be able to do it. Let's see. I'm just going to play this turn fast now. I'm going to do this. This Darkrai is always ready to attack on 2 energy now. I could just play it like this. If my Pokemon dies and he doesn't have healing, I can Cyrus in that Darkrai. That's why I think he should have put the cape on the Darkrai. Because he knows I have Cyrus. And he knows I'm going to pull that in at some point. Unless he's running a second giant cape. So he's finally going on the offensive. He must have Cyrus. He must have Cyrus right now. Okay, so he does. Thing is, he's falling to 130. I always win this game. He can't beat me. But even though I embarrassingly completely missed my turn, I'm probably going to upload this anyway. Even with massive misplays on this deck, you just can't lose. He's trying to like play some crazy ass Greninja deck and it's not enough. I could either Cyrus or Red here. Honestly, doesn't matter. I'll just Red. And I get to win the game. But other than that one turn where I didn't place the energy on the Giratina, I think I played pretty cleanly otherwise. GG. Okay, so I'm going second into a water matchup. Most likely Gyarados, which is a hard matchup. He is forced to start Magikarp in the front spot, so we're getting 20 damage onto it. That's really big. Now we're forcing him to use an Irida to just heal that 20 damage. We really need to pick up a Giratina turn 1. So we're hoping that this Pokeball turns into that. Because it's really important that you start ramping from turn 1 on the Giratina. Okay, so let's take the 66%. We do hit it. Thankfully his Misty got Tails as well. So even though this is an unfavoured matchup, we do have good chances in this game. I'm just thinking if I want to use Mars here. It only sets him back 1 card. To be fair, his hand's looking pretty bad. He would have used Research or Pokeball if he had it last turn, most likely. Maybe he wouldn't have used Pokeball. I am going to save the Mars though. We'll just keep ramping up Giratina. So in a normal scenario, the way you would win this matchup is by making the Gyarados hit into a Rocky Helmet. But some Gyarados decks have started taking in one or two Giant's Capes to take them to 200 HP, so it's a bit harder in that scenario. Okay, so he's going to leap out to Palkia. If he doesn't have Irida, we have Sabrina or Cyrus as a really good top deck. Okay, so this basically cancels out him having a Giant's Cape on that Magikarp ever. We just need Mars or Sabrina right now. We don't hit it, so now we have to go through this and we give him more chances to evolve. I do think he probably does have Gyarados in hand, but he had to do what he did this turn because otherwise his Gyarados was just going to get killed before he could ever ramp it up. Let's see, what can I do? I'm not really worried about Mars in this matchup, so I don't need to play any of my cards. I'm just going to keep slowly ramping up. If he doesn't have Irida, his Palkia is dying next turn. He could have Irida. His hand's looking really slow, so he probably is stuck with some weird supporter cards. So he could have Irida, he could still have Gyarados. Could have Pokemon Communication, but with no Pokemon to currently trade it away. He doesn't even have Irida, so now his Palkia is dying. Still no Sabrina or Cyrus. Would have been really nice to kill that Magikarp. But that's fine, I'm going to take the prize onto Palkia. I am going to play a Rocky Helmet down onto Darkrai here. Just on the off chance that he has... Actually, I'm going to place the Cape down on the Giratina as well. Just on the off chance that he has Gyarados plus Misty Heads. I don't want him being able to attack into Darkrai without taking the 20 damage. Let's see. Do I need to play Mars? No, not really. We're taking our first prize here. I think if he had Gyarados, he would have played it last turn, because he's still scared about Cyrus or Sabrina. But he has a couple of good draws. He could draw Gyarados, he could draw either of his 2 Professor Research. He doesn't have Misty though, because he would have played that last turn as well. So what could his hand be? So he does top deck the Research. I think there's a good chance he has Pokemon Communication in there. Maybe Sabrina. Let's see what he does. So he does pick up the Gyarados. But he's not attacking this turn, so I can push 80. Or I can just end my turn and ramp towards Giratina. So let's say he uses Irida and heals to full. Let's say he uses Irida and heals to full. He hits and goes to 160. I can only currently do 150 since I don't have red in hand. That does make it tricky. That does make it tricky. So he can never one-shot my Giratina. So what if I attack with Darkrai now and build towards the second Darkrai? That'll have 1 energy. Then he'll do his attack, then I'll go to 2 and I'll let Giratina tank for a turn. And then I'll be able to hit for another 100 on that final turn. And he Irida out of that range. Or I could just get a Psychic Energy on my... Actually no, I don't want to go for that line because if one Psychic Energy gets destroyed, I'm pretty screwed with the Giratina. I could Mars right now, but since Darkrai is dying next turn, I'm just going to save Mars for next turn. So what I'm going for here is... I'm going to let my Giratina tank one hit for a turn. Then I'm going to bring my Darkrai in for hopefully the final attack. You would need double Irida to out-heal the damage, I think. Let's see where the energy gets removed from. And it does get removed from my Darkrai. That actually really screws me. I can't go for the line anymore. I need to end my turn and pray that a Psychic Energy doesn't get removed from Giratina. Is that correct? Let's see. I'm going to Mars here, putting him to one card. Now the Cyrus comes, a bit too late. I'll have to Mars here. So the only way he can heal this Gyarados is through Irida. So I could try and take the risk that... Actually, it's not even a risk. I can put this Dark Energy on the Darkrai, setting him to 20, and then I can just end my turn. If he Sabrinas, I'll give him this Giratina to hit into. I feel pretty confident here. He would need Irida, and he would need to knock off the Psychic Energy from this Giratina to win. So he does have the Irida. Probably slightly less than a 50-50 for him to knock off the Psychic Energy, so let's hope he doesn't. And he doesn't, so we get to get the win here. Really, really, it's always huge when you win the matchup against Gyarados, because it is unfavoured. Gyarados does destroy this deck, so being able to pick up a win is always nice. Oh shit, I didn't use the potion. Oh no. Now it's a... Oh no, I still get the win. Yeah, I was BMing him. I knew I got the win because I have a bench and he doesn't. Yep. I knew all along. Going for content. But I get the win anyway. Let's go.